In 2024, we were promised a bright future. Fast forward to 2026, and we have a mountain of expensive e-waste. So, where did the billions go? If you've been skeptical of the hype surrounding AI, this video is your I told you so moment. Not because AI is a hoax, but because the AI gold rush has now entered a phase where most people aren't finding gold. Here's the uncomfortable truth. This is not the end of AI. It's the end of easy profits from AI. The bubble didn't burst, it cracked. When people talk about the AI bubble bursting, they often imagine a single catastrophic explosion. In reality, what's happening in 2026 resembles a shakeout. Many companies are realizing they've invested in some of the most expensive tools in history, yet they lack a clear path to recoup their investments. Market commentary reflects this shift in sentiment. Investors are now questioning whether the massive spending on AI will translate into profits and whether traditional software business models will falter before financial returns materialize. If the narrative has shifted from AI will generate wealth to AI might disrupt everything, you're not imagining it. Where did the billions actually go? Let's examine the flow of money as a business case study. First, a significant amount was spent on infrastructure, chips, data centers, servers, and electricity. The AI race has become more about physical build-outs than just an app trend. Second, significant funds were allocated to talent wars, with companies offering exorbitant salaries to attract top engineers and researchers and outpace competitors. Third, many funds were invested in AI companies that received inflated valuations, as if they already owned the future before it had even arrived. That's typically where bubbles form, when the price paid today assumes guaranteed success tomorrow. The hidden trap nobody talks about. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many AI products were not designed to solve real problems. They were created to look impressive in demos. In these demos, AI operates seamlessly, internet speeds are fast, questions are straightforward, prompts are perfect, and users are friendly. Real customers can be unpredictable. They upload the wrong files, ask confusing questions, demand results in seconds, click the wrong buttons, and often blame your tool when their bosses are upset. Suddenly, what seemed like AI magic turns into a series of customer support tickets, refunds, and ultimately, customer loss. This is why many AI startups may quietly fail. It's not a dramatic headline that signifies their end. Instead, it's a slow decline marked by rising costs, dwindling trust, and users saying, "It was cool, but I don't really need it." There's another challenge. Even if your AI solution works effectively, you could still lose. Major platforms can replicate your best features, bundle them, and offer them for free within tools that people already use every day. If your only advantage is saying, "We added AI," you don't have a sustainable business. You merely have a temporary gimmick. That's when the initial excitement fades and the situation becomes costly. The e-waste punchline isn't a joke. The reality that the hype crowd often overlooks is that hardware doesn't last forever. Research indicates that the growth in generative AI data centers could generate millions of tons of electronic waste by 2030, unless companies find ways to extend server life and reuse parts. Expensive e-waste is a striking statement, but it reflects a genuine issue. Significant physical infrastructure developments can generate substantial physical waste. Why 90% will fail, and why that's normal. Now let's address the commonly debated statistic. 90% will fail. I'm not claiming this percentage is universally applicable to every AI startup. Rather, it illustrates what typically happens in a gold rush. Most companies are not building a viable business. They are creating a demo and a pitch deck. Here's why the failure rate in the AI industry will be significant. AI features are becoming commodities. What seemed groundbreaking in 2024 will be a button to press by 2026. If your product's main selling point is, "We use AI," you don't have a competitive advantage, you only have a feature. Challenging cost structure. If your operational costs are high and customers aren't willing to pay enough for your product, you don't have growth. You have a slow leak in your finances. Enterprises are reducing tool overload. A significant concern in 2026 across various markets is that AI reduces the need for many separate software tools. While this is beneficial for buyers, it's detrimental for crowded SaaS categories. Funding is concentrating at the top. Current venture forecasts indicate that, although funding is robust, it is predominantly flowing into the largest AI companies. This leaves smaller companies struggling for resources. Your skepticism is justified. Just because a trend is widespread doesn't mean it's secure. It often means it's overcrowded. The biggest myth of the AI boom. The largest misconception isn't that AI can't do anything. The biggest myth is that AI automatically equals profit. Many companies have mistaken capability for a viable business model. They've seen AI create text, code, images, and customer responses, mistakenly believing that customers would pay indefinitely for this innovation. However, customers don't pay for something just because it's cool. They pay for one of three reasons: to save time, save money, or make money. If your AI product doesn't clearly address at least one of these needs, customers will churn when budgets tighten. The 2026 reality check: jobs, layoffs, and shifting sentiment. As businesses focus more seriously on costs, the so-called AI boom will reveal uncomfortable realities. You're seeing more companies discussing efficiency, and many industries are experimenting with replacing tasks using AI. Some trackers report that tens of thousands of roles have already been affected by AI-driven layoffs in 2026. However, be cautious. Not every layoff is due to AI, but the narrative is shifting, and that shift matters. Markets thrive on stories. The 2026 narrative is no longer "everyone wins." Instead, it's "only the strongest survive." The three winners of the shakeout. Here's where your "I told you so" turns into a real opportunity. In times of shakeout, the winners are often the ones that are perceived as boring. They excel at doing simple things well. Winner 1: infrastructure owners. The companies selling the picks and shovels, chips, cloud services, data center capacity, and power deals often succeed even when others fail. The infrastructure building trend is real, even if many applications do not survive. Winner 2: AI companies with real revenue and retention. These are businesses with paying users who remain loyal rather than just riding the hype. Investments are focused on these leaders, reflecting market confidence. Winner 3: traditional businesses leveraging AI discreetly. This segment quietly uses AI to cut costs and boost efficiency without marketing themselves as AI products. Although they may not trend on social media, their profit margins will improve significantly. The Amazon rule of AI: build the machine. Smart companies focus on building systems rather than chasing trends. They build sustainable AI by responsibly collecting data, improving workflows, and securing distribution. This approach ensures lasting success, akin to the dot-com era. While the internet thrived, poorly managed companies did not. Hit like, subscribe, and comment for more videos.